Is your mind in shape, or are negative thoughts preventing you from enjoying your life? Our mental health matters, and today I'd like to share one way that you can improve your life experience, and that's through the power of gratitude. It's an easy habit with wonderful benefits. What is gratitude? Is it just a habit, or is it an attitude? What about a personality trait, or an emotion, or a moral virtue, or maybe just a way to cope? In my view, it's all of the above. And more importantly, I believe it's the way in which you view your world. It's choosing to notice the positive things that are happening around you. It's not to say that life is perfect. Yes, of course we get to moan and complain about our challenges. But when you view your life as a whole, you choose to focus on the positive things before you get caught up in the negativity that's going on around you. Scientists have actually proven that with regular practice of gratitude, it activates pleasure in our brain, creating feelings of happiness and contentment. In fact, it happens all right here in your left side of your prefrontal cortex. This is where we retain the information of positive experiences and also the positive thoughts that we have. And what does that do? It helps us to deflect negativity when it comes our way. Studies have also shown that people who practice gratitude sleep better, suffer less from anxiety or stress or even depression. They have more energy and much better moods. Who doesn't want any of that? Well, there are numerous ways you can go about it, but today I would like to show you one easy way. One way that won't add to your stress of, oh my goodness, I've got another commitment, something else I need to do. As I've said before, it's an easy habit with great benefits. What I would like you to do is think, what am I grateful for today? What am I grateful for today? Think of one thing and then write it down. It's easy. I'm talking about things like opening the window in the morning and listening to the birds sing, or having a cup of coffee brought to you in bed. That's my favorite. It's about having a hearty laugh with a friend, or getting a wonderful welcome from a colleague when you get to the office. What about even driving to the office without having any fights with a taxi? The list can go on and on. Writing down what you're grateful for helps you to consciously think about that gratitude. Not only think about it, but also feel it. And it allows no distraction from negativity, so you're totally focused in the moment. And think about things that mean something to you, different things. Don't write the same thing every day. Be creative, think outside the box. I like to write mine in the morning before I start my work day because it makes me, or helps me, should I say, feel positive for the day. But a lot of people prefer to do it at night. Whatever suits you, fit it into your day so that it doesn't become a chore. It becomes an easy habit. I also encourage you to think about other people and the roles they play in your life while you're doing your gratitude. Because without strong relationships in our life, the impact of our happiness is not that great. Remember, we all need the help of others to be successful. Firstly, when you're looking for the good in every situation, you start to change the way you think. And as you change the way you think, you're also rewiring the pathways in your brain. You are training your brain to think of the positivity and not get tied up in the negativity that we get fed daily. And boy, do we get fed. Think of the millions of thoughts that are fighting for your attention every day. Imagine, just through training it to be positive, how many of those thoughts you actually sieve out because you're not interested in the negativity. And because of that, gratitude actually becomes an antidepressant. You're no longer even interested in the negativity that's going on in your life. It's like when you drink a cup of coffee, you get a rush from the caffeine. Well, when you practice gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and you feel rewarded. Is there something you could be grateful for today? If so, write it down. You've started practicing gratitude. Gratitude also helps you to not fixate on what you don't have and focus on what you do. You don't spend time feeling sorry for yourself. I wish I had that. I wish I had this. I wish I was recognized. It connects you to the ordinary things in life, big or small. It helps you to be more aware of actually what's going on around you and to appreciate things and people. Is there someone that you are taking for granted right now and could show a little bit of appreciation? It's the simple, ordinary things that make our lives meaningful. Gratitude doesn't only help you to look on the outside, but it takes you inside. I put down the big stick I was using to drive me, and I became kinder to myself. And the one thing that's always amazed me is through my career, I've spent so much time trying to work out what's my unique selling point. What are my talents and strengths? Yes, you can write them down, but they never really anchored or felt like they meant anything. And just by practicing gratitude, I started to become aware of what my strengths and talents were. Have you ever given it any thought? Perhaps it's your sense of humor, or the fact that you're a good listener, or you're a good motivator. Maybe we need to be asking ourselves what we appreciate about ourselves. Maybe that too could be a question you add to your daily gratitude. What about practicing gratitude when you're going through a hard time and you are stressed beyond? I know it's extremely difficult sometimes to actually look outside of your situation and feel totally sorry for yourself. We've all been through it. But again, by having that goodness base, that good foundation of always thinking positively, you start to think of just one thing you're grateful for. And what happens? Your brain wants to look for one more thing and another thing. And before you know it, you've completely changed your mindset from being swamped by this massive problem to feeling a lot lighter and more optimistic. You become more of a survivor than a victim. You don't deny, you accept. And slowly but surely, you pull yourself out of your pity party. Or in my case, I often call it a pity pond. You become more optimistic and you look at your world with a different perspective. I'm not saying you need to block out your difficulties. We have to deal with them. But when you've trained your mind to think positively, it's going to hold on to those nuggets that then help you to navigate your way through the bad patches. Gratitude releases stress. How does it do that? Well, ask yourself, do you tend to focus on things you can control or what you can't control? When you focus on what you can't control, the stress levels spike. Let's be honest, there is a lot in your life that you can actually influence, but very, very little that you can control. What does gratitude mean in the workplace? It means taking the benefits of the foundation that you've built on gratitude and installing it into your business or your work or your career. Creating an environment that's healthy and supportive is very important at the office because we spend so much time there. Think of the people that are crucial to your business. Is it you, your staff, your clients, your customers, your suppliers, maybe even your partnerships? Think about the quality of the relationships you have with those people. Could it do with being improved? Could you ask yourself every day, who am I grateful for today? Perhaps that's a question that can help you build on your relationships. It's about recognizing effort. It's about praising teamwork. It's about rewarding effort and the people that go the extra mile. What about saying thank you and totally meaning it from your heart? Whether you do it in person or a note or a message or even a call. Thanking somebody that's done something meaningful, helpful, supportive, or maybe even a thank you for pushing your mind or your thoughts or challenging the way you're doing something. Maybe they need to be thanked. It's about recognizing staff who actually align themselves with your company values and appreciating that every member of staff has their own values and appreciates different things. Finding positive traits in each and every member of your team. Because after all, that's the stuff that builds self-esteem. What about encouraging your staff to practice gratitude? Why? Because we know that when you think positively, you don't play in the negative or you're not interested in the negative. So when they get challenges thrown at them, they're automatically going to save time because they're sieving out the negativity and looking for ways to actually achieve the company goal. Gratitude comes from the top. Noticing acts that you wouldn't normally notice and recognizing them is a great way to show other people how to notice small acts and improve your teamwork. It's motivating them and also encouraging them not to be involved with toxic emotions. You are the person that's providing and encouraging a sound foundation built on goodness. Why introduce a gratitude culture into your workplace? Well, other than the reasons we've already looked at, there are three main reasons. And the first one is it's a known fact that employees that feel appreciated stay longer. Success is always a result of teamwork. And what a wonderful practice to have to actually encourage your staff to improve their productivity and at the same time get better job satisfaction. When the relationships in your company are meaningful and uplifting, you want to go to work. Gratitude is actually known as social glue because it helps strengthen the bonds between people. Why? Because the behavior between people is of mutual appreciation. And this helps when you come across a challenge at the office where perhaps a member of staff is pushing your buttons, testing your patience, maybe even making you intolerant. Because you've programmed your brain to think positively, it intervenes on the negative thoughts and takes you straight back to the person's better traits. Remember, the stronger the relationships we have in our life, the better our life experience. And the third one, gratitude keeps our emotions in check. And this is a big one. You want people to react in a calm and positive and thoughtful way. Imagine how much time it's going to save your company if your staff are not being caught up in all the negativity, but focus on good emotional behavior. Our mental health matters. Practicing gratitude is easy and it has so many benefits. We all want to know we matter, that our efforts are making a difference. And we forget that everybody else around us wants that too. Make a decision. How will you show gratitude today?